loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the back.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Cryptcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Brian.
And we are coming to you from inside the comic crypt in Eatontown, New Jersey.
Yay!
And we're here to give you that little bit of screaming in your ears that you would get on a Wednesday morning coming in to pick up your books in
it's not terribly
in your local
wrong.
comic shop.
It's not terribly wrong. I scream at people on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
Sometimes they leave forever.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes.
Look, it happens. Let's see. First off, a little note. I haven't gone back to check, but I'm sure it's true. Tim sent me a message saying that there's a good chance I called Mr. Miracle Man during the Deceased review, which is like, yeah, I probably absolutely did that.
Yeah, and for like the one Mr. Miracle fan out there, we're sorry. And the no Miracle Man fans out there, who gives a fuck? You like Miracle Man. So, I'm glad we corrected that.
I just say, it's, I constiply misspeak. In my life, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that both of us do all the time.
We literally, we were having a conversation with a customer like not even 10 minutes ago, and Bruce Lee had come up, and then we were talking about his son, and I called his son Jason Lee instead of Brandon Lee, and I had to correct myself after I called him Jason Lee several times.
I mean, either way, they all deserve to be shot.
Ouch. Ouch. And Brian was throwing unnecessary heat at Brandon Lee, I believe. Jason Lee, I could take or leave, that's fine.
Wait, wasn't he in Dazed and Confused? That movie's fantastic.
There you go.
Or was that the other Lee brother? Because there's two of them, right?
I don't know.
Jeremy Lee?
Yeah, you got me, man. I don't know. He was in Mallrats, so I'm cool with Jason Lee.
Yeah, but isn't the other one a Lee too?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Anyway, let's talk about comics.
Sure.
Comic-related things. Awkward pause. And let's pick a book to talk about. I have a list. You have a list.
I like Aquaman. He talks to fishes.
Which is weird because, all right, so he's coming off the tail of the absolute power thing where we have the power swap shit going on.
Right. He's got extra power.
So he got his powers back.
Yeah, he didn't lose.
Along with extra.
Yeah.
Which is like, that seems unfair.
A little bit. I mean, he is the king of Atlantis,
Sure.
There's got to be some, mystical powers to be at work that's like, no, you give that dude what he's supposed to have.
I guess, but he stole his wife's powers.
Did he steal his wife's powers or did he steal Tempest's powers?
It's Mara's powers.
It's Mara's powers?
She's depowered.
Well, she does not seem to give a shit. She's training him.
No, she's very cool with it.
Good supportive wife.
Yeah, I'm going to stay home with the kid and you can go use my powers to do whatever the fuck you want.
Who knows? Maybe she'll shit in his bed.
They just float away. They're in the ocean.
Oh, damn. I guess it only works if you live in France.
But, yeah, she seems like just very cool with it. And off the bat, she's already saying, wow, you're doing way better than I ever did.
Could you
even at my peak, I couldn't have done the thing you did. It's
imagine relax. She was still a Red Lantern. Yeah. You son of a bitch!
Yes, she seems a little too okay with it.
I feel like... Well, first off, let me preface with, I feel like DC is really captivating with a lot of books right now.
Yeah, my interest is higher than it's ever been for DC.
Right. They kind of making a lightning strike since the first time, for me, for the first time since pre-Flashpoint. Mm-hmm. And
we had covered that, I think, last time we did one of these.
Yeah, and so many of them have been good. Mm-hmm. But Aquaman... I feel like they try to do this shit with him where in the first two issues they try to express how extremely important he is. The first couple of pages will always open up with a very impressive power flex. Mm-hmm. And then the book is just shit after 4 issues or so, and I'm just I don't want to read this anymore.
My expectations are not high. I do have a question. Since when could Aquaman fly? And or can Mara fly? Because I don't remember either of them being able to do that.
So you're talking to an old person. Mm-hmm. When you watch the opening credits of Super Friends, they all fly.
Whoa. But that's in the middle of the void, not doing anything.
I mean,
they're just flying towards you. Right? Is that what you're talking about? Are they flying
Yeah. When they fly towards the screen.
Yeah. That's not flying. That's.
I could never figure out like Wonder Woman and her flying thing. It's like if she can fly, why does she have a stupid jet? Like
because the jet was old, and I think the flying thing is new, right? I think that got turned over sometime like in the modern period. I can't say when.
And I didn't think Aquaman could fly anyway. I thought like
yeah, he's just like taking like fucking Namor steez. Like what's going on?
Yeah, it's like propelling out of the water really fast. But that's like, look, I'm still going.
That's what I initially thought, but then he was actually flying in this issue. So I don't know if that's something Mara could do. I don't think so because she's just like water witch, right?
I don't know. Maybe she could. And that's a borrowed power. It's another borrowed power.
Is he like manipulating the water molecules in the air to lift him up?
Right, some bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, listen, does Thor fly?
No.
Right, he
pulled
throws his hammer,
He's
which is
very
bullshit.
accurate.
Right, yeah, no.
So, yeah, that was my only thing about it. As far as how it's written, I think it's written fine.
Yeah.
He's king of Atlantis. He's like, I don't want to do king stuff.
Yeah. that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because usually he's very pretentious. Like, I have duties to do.
Well, that's the thing. They did the thing where it's like, I'm Aquaman, I'm a hero, I'm a king, I'm a blah, 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 blah. And they kind of take the piss out of it where it's like, but this is boring, and make him a person.
Yeah, I like the power flex. I like him catching the plane and saving the passengers by raising the water up to underneath the plane and lowering it gently. Mm-hmm. Like I thought it was cool. I liked Mira teaching him. I like that he was, I trust my wife. She'll
sure
tell me what to do. He fought the big monster that had some like comedy in there as he crashed through the old couple's wall.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Can we help?" And he's like,
"It's like no, I'm Aquaman. Stay here." Weird apocalypse gate thing at the end, right?
Yeah, the Omega symbol.
Yeah.
Really weird, right? Because like,
it's like that doesn't. He's gone.
So we book reviewed. I have no idea when we post shit in the order because of what we do things like. But we did is the Deceased review.
Yes, that was last week.
So the interesting thing about Deceased was like, they get Batman right away, so he's not gonna fix everything. Mm-hmm. And I like. The minute Aquaman's like, oh shit, Atlantis is gone. Where's Batman?
Yeah.
Like there's a mystery. I need a detective. This is not what I do. Like, And it's just like, man, Batman's got to be like so tired. It's just like
everyone leave me alone.
Yeah, like Batman's like, don't call me for anything. I got Gotham. You just call me when you need it. It's like we really need it every 5 minutes, Batman, please.
But was it Tempest brings a magic pearl that he found, and he's like, this is really magic, and Aquaman's like, yeah, whatever.
No, that's not Tempest. That's Aqualad.
Yeah, whatever he has a different name now. Right?
Well, they call him by his real name because they stopped calling him Lad because he's like a young man.
Yeah, there's too many of these Aqua people.
Yeah. I mean, now we have multiple renditions of everybody. Yeah. It's real confusing.
Yeah, sidekicks galore for everybody. But he finds a magic pearl, and Aquaman blows it off, and then he leaves, fights the water monster, and he comes back, and Atlantis is gone along with everybody. Yeah. He's like, fuck. Turns out that magic pearl is magic.
It reminded me of the Superman story that Jim Lee and Brian Azzarello did right after Jim Lee did Hush. He went over and did Superman, and there was like some kind of weapon of mass destruction that blew up half of Metropolis while Superman was out in space helping Green Lantern. He comes back and he's all reeked with grief and whatever, and it was really just a device that teleported it to the Phantom Zone. And that's exactly what happened. With the apocalypse, with the apocalyptic gate, the Omega Gate, and it's in the Pearl or it's on Apocalypse or whatever. Like it's just somewhere else. Yeah. And if it is that, I'm just gonna be upset. Like I hate being able to call stories 4 or 5 issues before. It's like this is the first issue, and I'm already like, well,
look, it's comic book, man. This is how it works.
I know. I've been doing it a long time.
He's gonna end up in an ocean on Apocalypse. It doesn't make any sense because the Apocalypse is fucking lava.
Yeah.
But I found it funny that
it's the world's biggest fish fry.
I found it funny because Wonder Woman and Batman go along with him to investigate, and Aquaman's like, they can't help me down here. It's the fucking water. And then they find the gate, and they're like, he's kind of fucked, huh? And they're like, yep. And that's it. That's where it ends.
Well, also they can't help me down here, and it's like, excuse me, is he not the first person that you ran off looking for?
Right. Also, she's Wonder Woman, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that had a decent start. I don't think I'm gonna have a very high tolerance for it to fuck around, so it needs to really work to keep my attention.
Yes,
but it's a good start.
Yeah, well, and out of character right now, there is a lot of competition.
Oh yeah, there's slew in #1s this week, and just in general.
Yeah, you're already fighting against a lot of other titles right now. As far as DC goes.
Yeah, and the caliber's been good.
Yeah, and I've liked some of the lower titles that you wouldn't think Like, I love Question right now. I think Question's great. It's only been 2
You
issues.
had mentioned, I haven't read that, but you've mentioned, and there's plenty of other people who come and said they think it's fantastic.
Yeah, Black Canary, real strong. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about her mother, but real strong.
Well, that's the point, right? She's fighting
it's
for
brutal.
her, and she's a real big piece of shit, from what I gather.
Yeah. Tough love.
To stay on the DC train before we swap over, I do want to talk about Batman Dark Patterns. I don't think I talked about it previously, but issue 2 comes out today, and it's pretty good.
Which is a shame, because I'm still anti-Bat-minis.
It's a really nice low-to-the-ground detective story, and it's supposed to be like a year 2 story, quote-unquote, and it's in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's no computers. It's like,
Oh, that's fun.
it's all like physical work on stuff, and it's him trying to figure out a serial killer who's got like a crazy, like, wicked gimmick. Like, when I say wicked, I mean like he looks cool, and it's just like, oh fuck.
Well, he's like a for real pinhead, right? He's got like all nails and screws.
Yeah, so it's revealed in this issue so they give him a name. He's called the Wounded Man, and they're investigating how he got that way and why he's doing what he's doing, and it comes out that Ace Chemicals was doing experiments, and he can't feel pain. So all the shit, like, his face is literally like encapsulated in nails. He's got like rebar and nails and screws all throughout his body, to the point where Batman can't do anything to him because everything's too close to like vital things, where it's like, if I punch you, I'll
like
kill
an
you.
organ or something, right? Yeah.
But he's doing all that just to try to feel, because he can't feel any pain. That's it.
It's the most emo comic book character.
Yeah, very much. But if you like a solid detective story, art's good, story's good, I recommend it. That's all I got for DC. You got any more DC stuff?
Captain Atom from last week was pretty cool.
Okay.
Basic gist is that he lost his powers and doesn't want them back.
Yeah, because that's a big plus for him.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a bomb.
Yeah, and the other two Atoms are chasing. It's very Atom centric. They're like, and I don't know why.
Why?
Like,
Just because of the similarity of name.
right, exactly. It's like Atom Smasher's going to show up. It's obligatory.
Well, so they showed up in Justice League Unlimited 2. Like, Justice League Unlimited has just been set up for 2 issues.
Yeah.
As a side note, they came out last week. But yeah, they returned the powers to Atom Smasher last week in Justice League Unlimited. And it set up a cool thing with Martian Manhunter, which I'm actually interested in.
You're an Atom, and you're an Atom.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But as far as like Captain Atom being like, no, I don't want the shit. Like you can't. That's a fun angle.
Yeah, I like it. I like that there is a devoted team to figuring out the problem of finding and returning powers. It's like, yes, you're thinking things through and making that happen within the universe. So cool.
Using your scientist characters instead of just using Batman. It's nice.
He's a busy boy.
It's like, he's the smartest person on the planet. Why use anyone else? That's like, because you have a million other options.
Right, but that's the thing. They're taking the risk and going, like, we're going to make an Atom book, and everyone would go, what? Why? And it seems interesting. Will it hold? Probably not. We'll get to like 5-6 issues and we'll kill it, but still. If you can get anyone to become a fan of any of those characters, you did your job.
That's a stretch.
If you can get anyone interested in those characters in any way. Come on, there's got to be someone who's a fan of Ray Palmer.
Can't think of one. I can't think. You know who's probably a Ray Palmer fan? John Dwyer. John Dwyer is probably... John Dwyer likes Captain Atom. I know he does. He's an old Charlton character.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. Yes, that sounds like a reasonable thing to me. What else you got?
Captain America from last week.
Oof.
Oof?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I like the first half.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson Cap.
Yes, so yeah, Captain America.
Not
yeah.
Steve.
Yes, yeah. Well, Steve has his ongoing Straczynski, whatever, if he's still in that. I don't remember.
I won't like anything with Steve.
But yeah, Sam Wilson has a new book, and it starts off cool.
I mean...
and ends up being awful.
Not to derail and talk about Steve's book, but I love the Thor story that's going on in Steve's book right now, because never would I pick up a Steve Rogers book, but since it's a Thor story, I am actually reading.
Well, you had mentioned it's a... well, since Straczynski's writing it, he's falling back on his old stuff from, like, Broxton.
Way back in the day, I get William and Kelda love story rekindled. It's wonderful.
Cool.
But yeah, the Sam book was fun in the beginning. The first half of it with God, what's his name? Elijah Bradley?
think so.
Yes, the original Captain America.
I'm gonna double check it just to make sure, but I believe it's Elijah. I believe it's Bradley. I'm not positive. But yeah, so like it's his birthday, and everyone like comes by to have like a cookout, and it's a cool thing. Like, people coming to pay their respects to a dude who, for all intents and purposes, was erased from history, and that's all cool. And then Sam gets called away to some bullshit, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, once the superheroing still part of the story started, it was very lackluster, and a little too close to home. He was going after drones.
Sure, and they might be setting up Patriot to be his new sidekick too. That's what I got the feeling out of it.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I've liked Patriot since Young Avengers Volume 1. Mm-hmm. I didn't like
Isaiah
Young Avengers
Bradley,
Volume 1. Oh, Isaiah.
Elijah is Captain Patriot.
Okay.
Yeah,
His grandson.
Isaiah Bradley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about Young Avengers way back in the day was it was very soapboxy. Everybody had an issue. It's like there was a interracial couple and a gay couple, and Patriot had drug problems. He was getting hopped up on Mr. Hyde serum, and I was like, God, can't they just be kids? It's like,
but that's fits and starts like through like over time, where it's like we have to do hot button stuff. We have to do this. We have to do that. Like,
I know, but
it ebbs and flows.
There's too much of it nowadays. Like like remember the Teen Titans?
Nowadays, that was 20 years ago.
Nowadays, dude, fuck, like the Teen Titans. Like you only had one kid who had problems. Like, oh, Raven's the emo kid. She sits in the corner and cuts herself. Her dad's the devil. Mm-hmm. Leave her alone. Everyone else was pretty well adjusted. Like Cyborg's like, yeah, my dad's a douche, but I'm alright. I'm a hero.
Yeah, but this is Marvel. Everyone's got.
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like sad sacks everywhere. Mm-hmm. Everyone hates me because of this, but I saved the world anyway. No. That's the mutant bag. Go find your own shit.
Well, since we're talking about young people, new champion.
Oh no!
New Champions #1 came out. So, not a fan? Let's hear it. And then I'll argue with you.
There's so much. There's so much.
Go for it.
First off, this is a book based on characters that have like little to no page life at all.
Oh, I just found out they were
in Spider-Woman.
Right. Which is like,
you found that out from reading this, that they were in Spider-Woman, because no one reads fucking Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And apparently some, if not all of these kids have been traumatized by Hydra, which...
Yeah, that's the gist I got was they were powered people who got kidnapped and brainwashed by Hydra to have a team to be on the spotlight called the Assembly, and then like that all fell apart because Spider-Woman came in and like, it's like, I hate Hydra. It's like, yeah, good, you do.
I hate how easily hateable it is. Like, I'm projecting here, but it is a matter of time before somebody calls Liberty libtard, because they are already abbreviating. Her name is Lib.
Sure.
So it's like, all right, some fucking intolerable asshole is going to be like, I read the new book with libtard, and I'm just going to fucking lose my mind.
That's fine.
And I'll kick more people out of the store. I'll just be like, go ahead, And like Moon Squire is like, I can't be late, my mom's. And it's like, oh, are you like talking street, or do you actually have like...
Yeah, he's got moms. He's got two moms.
And he's like, two moms, and it's like, oh my God, it's going to be super woke. And everyone's going to hate it because of these things. They're not going to pay attention to the story. They're going to pay attention to these things that'll be inconsequential to the story, and they'll just fucking rage on it, and it'll make me rage on fans.
Okay, set that aside. What do you think of the story? Because where I sit, these characters are created as a gimmick for a cover month for Marvel like a year ago. I'm sure they had this plan going forward to make them a team, because why would they do that?
I don't know if they did. I don't think Marvel thinks as far as next week.
I think they did. Oof. I think they did, because why would you be creating a slew of teen heroes if you weren't going to use them later? And it was kind of like, we're going to give artists a chance to design a teen sidekick that never existed, right? So you use that later on down the line, because you can. Power sets are interesting. I think the names are terrible. Some of the designs are bad. But the book itself, I think, is written like a standard teen team. There was heart in it. It felt good. There was good synergy. Like, some got issues, some don't. Like, there's this home life thing where it's like, well, we just busted up this robbery. Ah, shit, I gotta be home because my curfew's coming. My mom's gonna be mad, or my dad's gonna be upset.
Yeah,
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I don't like a lot about it.
Yeah. That's fair.
But written as is, I'm okay with it so far. Is it going to last long? Absolutely not.
It's taught me a lot of stuff. I didn't know Spider-Boy did not have webs,
The Webless Wonder.
but I have absolutely no interest in Spider-Boy at all.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot either.
I thought the cast was big enough, and then that last page reveal of
Doubled
6
it.
more characters that they didn't even name, and I'm just like, I don't want all of you to stick around.
I don't think they're going to. I think the main cast is going to be the 4 we have, plus I forget her name, the Ghost Rider chick.
Phantasma.
I think it's going to be her, and that'd be it. Maybe add like one more in.
I don't know, because if you look at the cover, there's 2 more of the 6 in the back on the cover, and you don't even get to know them. It's oh well, all right, they're just in that last page.
Well, standard superhero team is what, 7, right? Or thereabouts.
I guess.
I'm sure we'll get.
Unless you're an X-Men, then it's like 452.
Well, team size.
I'm confused
As to why it's happening.
So many. All right, Moon Squire
Is a Moon Knight.
He's a Moon Knight. How? Why? No answers. Other than the fact that he was drawn that way. He's not bad. He's just drawn that way. But his moms know.
Yeah. Well, the whole point was
This is wildly irresponsible.
he's got powers.
I don't care.
They all have powers.
He's a juvenile. Like
They all have powers.
they're not teens. They're kids.
They're teens. They're like 13, 14.
They seem younger. They
specifically said they're like 13, 14.
I know, but like they seem younger. They seem like they're drawn like 10. Like Spider-Boy seems like a 10-year-old.
Spider-Boy is pretty young, I think. He might be like a tween.
And if you look like Moon Squire's like really short compared to the rest of them. He seems super young.
He is younger than the other ones. He might be like maybe like 12 or whatever.
Right. And like it's hard. Like it's not that long ago that like we're looking at the original Champions team with like Kamala Khan and
yeah, but the analog there's Sam Nova.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, why do you keep doing this shit? Where's Sam Nova right now?
I don't know.
Like, you just keep spitting out characters and not using them. I mean, you've been fucking doing this to the X-Men for decades.
Right, but that's the idea is create more characters. Something
And never use them.
Yeah, but stuff fails. You let it go by the wayside.
They don't even.
And something might stick.
They don't even fail. They're just not popular enough to have that much of an ongoing.
It's hard to make a character stick.
Then why would you just throw out 11 to 12 characters that are based on... it's very frustrating. It's just very frustrating.
See what sticks? See if anything catches.
None of it's going to catch.
I don't think any of them are catchable right now. But you don't know. It might come out. Like, Liberty's interesting because she's got, like, Iron Man tech smarts, but she also could make, like, hard light constructs.
Yeah, she's a mini fucking Iron Patriot. She's got a red, white, and blue motif. She's got Iron Man tech, and she's Brazilian. She's full of Liberty in Brazil, I guess. I don't know. Like,
They live in America.
Sure. MAGA would hate her.
She came here legally. It's fine.
Just like America Chavez, like stop dressing all these ethnic characters in red, white, and blue. But again, Moon Squire, his moms know.
All their parents know, though.
Liberty,
but they even said in the book they didn't have a chance to do the secret identity thing,
right?
Because of Hydra.
Right, that makes sense. Cadet Marvel? What are you a cadet in?
It's a name.
It's stupid.
You can't be a captain. You're a kid, so you have to be cadet.
Listen, Captain Marvel got her name passed her. So she took the mantle of her predecessor.
Yeah.
I guess he was a captain in the Kree military.
Sure, whatever. Who knows how the ranks work? Whatever.
Captain America was at least in the military.
Sure. Yeah.
Again, Sam, I don't know what rank he made in the military. I don't know what rank a Falcon is, but so his position again is passed on. Like, we gotta get away from superhero names that mean stuff somewhere else. Like, stop with the military titles. The military titles, like, people work for these things.
I get what you're saying, but they're legacy titles. A certain amount of like oomph comes with that title.
There is an old movie called Who's the Man? Mm-hmm. It's a fantastic movie that features a whole lot of hip-hop artists from the time period. Mm-hmm. These two guys have to take a police exam. Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Mm-hmm. Not the Dr. Dre you know. My Dr. Dre.
Okay.
They have to take a police exam.
Yeah.
They try to fail because they don't want to be police.
Sure.
But the guy making them take the test, the guy who owns the barbershop they work in, has a friend on the force who's a captain. And it's Dennis Leary.
Okay.
And Dennis Leary screams at these guys all the time. But one of the best things is when he first meets Dr. Dre and he goes, tell me, he's like, do you have patients? Do you have an office where people come visit you and ask you your opinion about medical things? Mm-hmm. And he goes, my parents took out loans to put my brother through college so he can call himself Dr. Cooper. Mm-hmm. And he just goes on a classic Dennis Leary tirade on that it means something to be called doctor. You just don't get to fucking call yourself a doctor.
Okay.
You don't just get to call yourself captain. You don't just get to call yourself major. You don't just get to call yourself general. People work for these fucking titles.
Okay, so you're a superhero who's dressing up in fucking bright colored tights and has superpowers. You do whatever the fuck you want.
You're a psychopath.
Why?
Join the military. Fight the good fight with some discipline. And don't steal titles.
But it's such a trope within superheroes that you're a captain or a major or a general or a doctor. A lot of doctors.
It's not that big of a trope. It's isolated to some glory hounds.
I think you're making a real mountain out of a molehill here.
I can name way more characters that don't have bullshit titles than I can ones that do have fake titles.
Okay, but so your issue is with the title, not the legacy thing.
Right? Yeah, no, not the legacy thing.
Okay.
You can pass off whatever name you want. I don't have a problem with there being multiple Wolverines.
Okay,
but it's not Captain Wolverine. Warwick Kitty's not just like, my dad dubbed me Captain. I'm a captain.
I don't have an issue with it at all.
Captain Kate Pride has more of a fucking right being called a captain because she captained the goddamn ship.
But who gave her that title?
It doesn't matter. She's a captain of her own damn ship.
She gave it to herself.
Everyone who owns a ship is a captain.
It's got to be a little more than that.
If I bought a boat, I'd have more right to call myself a captain than Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson.
Depends how big the boat is, I think.
It's a size measurement. Why you gotta be a size queen?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I got a dinghy. I'm a captain.
I got a rowboat.
Since you brought up mutants,
captain of this canoe.
Magic #1 came out.
Wait! I'm not done bitching about
God.
new champions.
Okay.
I just want to talk about Phantasma. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Why would you even think making a child Ghost Rider is a good idea?
Why not?
I mean, I'm hoping that the Revelations.
I'm sure it's some other spirit of something.
Well, she's clearly wearing a helmet.
Spirit of fun.
She's wearing. You should be my favorite character. It'd be like the most morbid scenes, and she's like, "Hey guys," but we get a brief introduction to her. Mm-hmm. It's Phantasma, Spirit of Vengeance ish.
Yeah.
Probably.
But she's like got a black and blue motif going on.
Danny had blue flames, so I'm not even turned off by the color thing.
She's got
roller skates, because she's a roller derby
She's
player.
got roller skates, that's her vehicle.
Yeah, flaming roller skates.
And she's got flaming pigtails.
She has flaming pigtails, which is hysterical.
Yeah.
I don't...
But she wears a full helmet,
a full helmet, a full
so
face mask, like a full motorcycle helmet. Right. So I am really hoping that this poor child, because you've read Ghost Rider before, Danny and Johnny go through horrific transformation of flesh burning off their faces every time they change. Who's the fucking monstrous son of a bitch that thought this should happen to a little girl? I am really hoping that her big reveal is that she is not a Ghost Rider.
I'm sure it'll be connected somehow, but not really. It's the same way that Robbie's kinda, but not really.
If I don't have to see a little girl burst into flames and watch the flesh burn off her face in every other issue, then I might be okay with it.
Like with Robbie Reyes, he drives the car and his face is like metal to kind of mirror the car thing. He doesn't like it. It turns him. It doesn't like burn all the flesh away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm not well versed in Robbie because Ghost Riders don't drive fucking cars.
Yeah. They ride stuff. They don't drive stuff. So you gotta ride a horse or a motorcycle.
It's also much better as a family curse with Johnny and Danny being half brothers.
Yeah, but we gotta expand it out. But with him, it's not the Spirit of Vengeance. It was a demon. Who gave him powers.
Right.
But yeah, it's probably gonna be something similar to that. It'll just be a riff on the deal.
Now we can jump to magic.
Okay.
I just wanted to cover
Okay, that's fine.
Phantasma.
Yeah, sure.
Fanta. It's the spirit of soda.
Don't you wanna?
Don't you wanna?
Magic number 1. I wasn't thrilled with it, honestly.
It was vanilla. It was pretty straightforward. She's gonna go fight some demon shit.
It was too, like, they're trying to set up this cool, like, oh, there's these seals that are magic entity, and there's this crow guy who's trying to break through the seals, and blah, blah, blah. It packed a lot of shit in, and I didn't care about it. I didn't care at all.
Oddly, even her, because normally amongst the X crowd, she is a voice of sarcasm and fun. Mm-hmm. Whereas this, she is very downtrodden, and she's back to the I need to control the evil. And
that's they're pushing the dark child thing. Is
right.
We left that behind. Don't drag that up again. I'm done with it. She's done with it. We don't need it.
It was well drawn. I hope for more of it. I want to see more of her group dynamic. Mm-hmm. She's a fun character.
The best part of the book was her waking up and the crew.
Right.
In Alaska throwing her
party.
A birthday party.
Yeah,
and she gives a little dig. It's like, you couldn't give me a real cake because it was a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, right. It's like, it's breakfast, bitch.
Yeah. So I was expecting more out of it, and I was a little disappointed.
Also, we're the guys who like really read and really study, and I always question how much writers dig into the character and do the homework and find the little twerks and
the little twerks.
Yeah, the little twerks. You see those booty shorts she wears?
And we were having this conversation not too long ago about how old we think she is.
Right.
Quentin mentions her having a quarter life crisis. So that means she's got to be around 20.
Which makes sense for her.
Yeah.
But the little tweaks and things that like her addiction to coffee. Mm-hmm. Like, why didn't she walk into that breakfast scenario and demand somebody give her coffee before she talks to her?
I think that is literally just a particular writer harping on an idiosyncrasy.
I know. Yeah. But those are the things that writers should carry on.
You make them a person?
Yeah, not just do the homework of this is their history and the stuff that they suffered through and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But the little nuances. I would love it if Polaris had a Starbucks cup in her hand for the rest of forever, No,
she got rolled back to being.
Oh yeah. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Certain things. Gambit gets the cats in that one volume of X Factor that wasn't very good, that I didn't like and I didn't read.
Yeah,
and I kicked myself because him and the cats is one of the most charming things that continues to go. Is Gambit and his 3 kitties is so adorable. It's so fucking fantastic. The issue of Mr. and Mrs. X where you can't wait to bring Rogue home to meet his cat. It's adorable.
Yeah.
But they took it from a bad run.
And they carried it through.
And it's transitioned through Mr. and Mrs. X. It's transitioned into Uncanny. Just nuance.
Right, but
it helps make your characters real.
Yes, I agree. You want to give characters these things to make them feel like real people. But that's also what I was saying about with new characters. You kind of have to throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. Because sometimes things stick and things don't. The cat stuck. The coffee didn't.
Yeah.
It's what makes someone feel like an actual fleshed out person.
And some things shouldn't stay.
Also, I would kind of fucking hate someone whose personality was coffee.
You hate Meg?
Her personality is not coffee.
She is very addicted to coffee.
Yeah, but she doesn't fucking talk about it all the time.
But I think it's fun to have consistency in flavor, not just story. I drank Newcastle for a year because in a panel of a book, I could tell that Scott was drinking a Newcastle.
You have bad decision-making skills.
And I was like, Cyclops drinks Newcastle? I'll drink Newcastle. I had never had one. So I was like, fuck it, next time I'm in a bar, I'm going to try Newcastle.
Okay, how was it?
I liked it.
Okay. I don't drink beer, so I don't know.
I know, you're a snob.
I'm not a snob, I just don't like beer. I never have taste for it. I don't do coffee unless it's an emergency, and I don't drink beer.
Well, we're opposites, because I don't drink any hard liquor.
I just fuck around with whiskey, that's it. Nothing crazy either.
Speaking of not fun, Venom number 2 came out.
You didn't like it?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like the first issue. I don't like the second issue.
I am pleasantly surprised by it.
I think it's terrible.
I am the complete opposite. I am surprisingly enjoying it.
The only good thing about that book is Dylan Brock being an absolute little shit.
Okay. So, all right. So, I think the dialogue is fantastic in the whole book. I like everything going on. And Dylan is like a prick of the highest caliber. It's not even funny. How MJ hasn't punched him in his fucking mouth.
Exactly. It's not funny. It's not funny. That kid deserves to get the shit slapped out of him.
He is a disrespectful fuck.
Yeah.
It's insane. And Paul is like he's such a little bitch. He's just taking it.
Which is weird. I mean, it's fine because I hate Paul too, but whatever.
I hate Paul more for not standing up for himself.
For real, yeah. Him and his man bun.
I could let the man bun slide. He's just like, fuck Paul, say something. Because he got like, Dylan just lays out such a harsh, really like digging at like the core of their problems kind of stuff. And Paul comes to him with ice cream. Like, we're going to talk about like harsh words. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I feel like the book almost like pointed out how bad it was to the readers if you're knowledgeable about old shit. At one point he looks at the new group of people that come after him in clearly guardsman armor. Again, another group of people wearing a single character's armor just fucking bothers the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. Guardsman's a guy. He's not a fucking
they address it.
Yeah,
the AIM or whatever government agency has appropriated the guardsman's armor.
And he said, he goes, what are you, some new version of the jury? Mm-hmm. Dear God. The jury?
Yeah.
You're going to reference the jury?
This is why I think it's Robbie, because Robbie would know.
I don't even think Robbie would know.
Robbie's a newsman. He would know.
Any listener out there, you let us know without going to look it up.
Nobody knows who the jury is. If you have
prior knowledge of the jury.
Nobody knows who the jury is.
You know, it's one of my favorite issues.
I don't know who the jury is. I just use context clues.
Right, but it's one of my favorite Spider-Man issues of all time.
Really?
90s. Yeah, really. And it has nothing to do with the jury.
Okay.
It's that issue I talk about all the time where Spider-Man wants Mary Jane to stop smoking. Mm-hmm. And he brings her to visit that guy that they know in the hospital.
Yeah.
The jury captures him in the beginning of this issue. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you're gonna have a trial for all the collateral damage you've ever done. You got to be responsible. And he's like, really? Is that all you guys want? And they have him like tied to a post in the bottom of a building somewhere.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, you're going to be responsible. He's like, guys, I have more important shit to do. He's like, I got to go somewhere with my wife. And he just fucking snaps the ropes. And he's like, I'll be back tomorrow. You can have your bullshit trial tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
And then he has one of the most like heartwarming things. He brings her to the hospital to meet this guy, Nick, who was a bodyguard when she was an actress, mm-hmm. who's dying of cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and he brings her there because he wants her to quit smoking, and she gets all pissed at him, and she's like, "You did this on purpose." He's like, "That's right, because I love you." And she crumples up the cigarettes, throws them in the garbage, and and you're like, "Oh, like that's nice." Like he didn't like fight the bad guys because,
sure, yeah, he's got to take care of some stuff.
Yeah, I was like 12 when that issue came out. I was like, I love this issue.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but that's who the jury is. They're people you walk away from.
If you're Spider-Man.
Right. So I don't know. Like I got like trauma triggered when I saw people in guardsman uniforms. I was like, come on.
Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. Mm. It's just written really well.
Listen, the last page where Dylan kind of confirms to himself that it's not Luke Cage.
Yeah, because
it pretty confirmed my lack of interest.
Okay.
If Luke Cage was Venom, I was on for the rest of this shit.
Luke,
you're gonna tell me it's Robbie or fucking
Rick Jones?
God, I can't even remember his name. I hate Rick Jones so much.
But he's been everybody.
I know, which is why I can't stand him. Rick Jones should have stayed A-bomb forever. His superhero career.
Man.
The bomb. I'm the bomb. No, you're a bomb.
I got brought to the series because Luke Cage being a possibility for being the new Venom. Mm-hmm. That's why I was there. Mm-hmm. He is still a running character because Luke, Robbie, and Rick are trying to figure out who it is because Madame Mask is still a possibility. So one of them is lying.
And Luke's still mayor.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's just written so well. I'm enjoying reading it. I'm going to stick with it until I don't like it anymore.
Ass.
Okay.
Robbie being Venom's like J. Jonah Jameson being Venom. These guys are senior citizens. It shouldn't happen.
And Luke brings that up, and Robbie's like, "Yeah, thanks, Luke. Thanks for the vote of confidence." And I'm not. I promise.
It's like, I'm sure a symbiote like beefs up the muscle and the adrenaline and all that shit, but he's still got to be like late 60s at the minimum.
Like I said, I think they're trying to like give you the impression that it's Rick, but I think it's the little clues of him knowing things that it's Robbie.
Sure, and I don't think anybody would want to read it once they found out it was Rick. At least Robbie, like, it's
I don't see the benefit
intriguing.
I don't see the benefit for being either one of them.
No, not really. I don't. How do you get invested?
I don't. It's literally just the writing holding me on right now. Like, once they reveal who it is, it doesn't matter if the writing stays good. Cool. I think it's actually better if it remains a mystery forever.
And I hate the confidence level as Venom.
Why?
Because they're all new to it. If like whoever it is,
you have a fucking alien goo come on you, and they just kind of like download all the shit into you, and you can do whatever.
If I lived in that world, even if I was Robbie and worked for a newspaper in that world and saw maybe some of the shit and was exposed to some of the shit that Venom is capable of, like making webs and web slinging and extra weapons like Carnage, axes and stuff, I still wouldn't have eaten a fucking bomb.
That was
He ate a bomb.
He did eat a bomb.
I am not putting a bomb in my fucking face.
But Venom's eating all kinds of weird stuff.
Mostly people.
And his head blew up like a little balloon too. It's so silly.
Yeah, like I don't think any of the three, even Luke Cage being a certified hero, is like, I'm gonna eat this bomb. No, man.
Yeah.
Your skin's unbreakable, not your insides. You're gonna blow up your tummy. Yeah. Like, nah.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm saying it's
perfect.
enjoyable.
Jesus, it's comic books.
I'm saying perfect. It's enjoyable.
How rare is a book perfect?
Never.
Yeah.
And the book's never perfect.
Like, what's the happiest, best book you could pick off the wall now? Like, the thing is, nothing's been perfect since Invincible.
Even that wasn't perfect. There was shit going on there. Since you mentioned an indie, I have one indie I want to talk about. Comes out this week, Lucky Devils. It's the duo who did 8 Billion Genies.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite book of the week.
Did you read 8 Billion Genies?
Yes.
Okay. The whole thing?
Yes.
Okay, I did not.
I like this better.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's context, because I know 8 Billion Genies, everybody has a genie.
Yeah. It's basically they showed up, everyone gets a wish, and the whole like shit happens.
So does everybody have a devil?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
You know how like you have an angel on your shoulder, a devil on your shoulder?
Yeah.
So there are devils that kind of create misery on different levels. So it's like, I'm the devil who I'm with you, and my whole thing is to like, I'm going to fuck with your life, so you get mad and create more evil. So this way, all the evil gets funneled down, and misery kind of gets funneled down to hell as almost like money.
Okay, so the demons don't equate to how evil the person is; they make the person evil.
Right.
Okay, so it's not you get a super evil demon because you're an asshole.
No, it's like
it tries to make you worse.
Think of it like a company where it's like, I'm a bottom rung demon, I fuck with like 10 people and I try to like do stuff, and it's all factors of 10. So it's like, and now I can mess with a person who is going to make life worse for 100 people, and a person who's going to make life worse for 1,000 people, like that kind of thing.
Rage bait sitting on your shoulder.
Basically, yes. But that's what it is. The demons go around and they short out your laptop, or like make your action figure fall off the thing to make you upset.
Yeah, all right.
So you then pass on that anger to someone else and ruin someone else's day to make them miserable.
Now, is it good, or is it like, and is it like fun?
It's both.
Okay, because it sounds like it could be really fun.
So the concept is, there's these two demons who are on the lower end, where it's like, your two main characters, one is a philosophy professor and one is a nurse. So they can fuck around with like maybe like 100 people, but they're too good. Like through the book, it's all this shit happens to both of these people, and it's the demons trying to like do it, and they both have a moment where they have the option to do something fucked up to someone else to ruin their day, and they don't. So these demons go, you guys are too good. Like they actually show up to these people, and they're not allowed to do that. Like, you guys are too good. So what's going to happen is we have two options. We either make you miserable or we can make you powerful. Either way, we're going to get promoted. And they go, okay. They make a deal with each of their demons. And that's it. So they're going to make them powerful. But the spin on it is the demons go home to hell, and it's just like Earth. There's subways and apartments and shit. They're a couple, and their plan is to make them powerful, but keep them good to fuck with the power system, because misery is what makes hell run, like money, and they're going to try to pump so much good into hell that it all falls apart, because they're punk rock demons.
Oh, fuck the system.
Yeah, so when they get home, like there's a dude and a chick, and they're both wearing, like, the chick is wearing a Bikini Kill, like, tank top,
okay,
and the dude's wearing a Circle Jerks like t-shirt, and they're drinking beers, just like, yeah, we're gonna tear everything down. Just anti-establishment.
Okay,
demons.
It's
fun.
That blows my next question, because I was gonna say, how do you make these people bad? I guess they're not gonna.
No, they're gonna make them good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to fuck with the system. Yeah, it's a good read. I enjoyed it.
I'll definitely grab a copy.
Like I said, best read of the week for me. Anything else?
Not really
worth talking about.
I mean, that's all I've read. As far as like number ones and new stuff. Mm-hmm. Anything else is just old hat.
Sure. I've been checking out the two issues. What If Galactus? The first one was Hulk. The second one was Gambit. Hulk was god awful. Gambit was a little better. Still not great. What Ifs tend not to be that great, though.
I'm having trouble just with that. I'm not a Hulk guy. I'm not a Hulk guy.
I read Hulk occasionally.
And Gambit is, I mean, who likes X-Men and doesn't like Gambit? Mm-hmm. But I do have trouble even imagining that. What if a Herald of Galactus Hulk being inferior to a What If Galactus Herald Gambit?
It's a story thing. The Hulk one was just written so poorly, it was bad.
Okay, because I'm like, the Hulk is powerful and intimidating. You can see Galactus using that.
Yes, it makes sense.
I can't see Gambit being a herald at all.
Galactus brings Gambit on for a specific reason and makes him a herald because he wants him to steal something from the Collector. Basically, he's like, you have a set of skills that I need. And that's the conceit is a super powerful Gambit, and he's going to steal something from the Collector. That's it.
I mean,
it's better constructed than the Hulk one. It's just still not great. It's fine.
I know, but
is it worth reading? Probably not.
It's still insane to look at like the entire Marvel universe and go, Galactus is going to pick Gambit. Gambit's the best thief
in the universe.
Like, we're not even going to keep it in space and go Star-Lord. Like, we're not going to go Black Cat or something.
None of the characters in this round are universal. It's Hulk, Gambit, Rogue,
which I don't understand either.
Yeah, I don't know. Moon Knight and Spider-Gwen. Those are the characters. None of them make any sense.
They're all wacky picks.
Yes.
Yeah, very wacky. Like, it's just...
No clue.
Yeah.
I bet by the end of the Rogue one, she becomes Galactus. Watch.
Oh, wow. You think she'd absorb?
Yeah, something's going to happen, and she's going to just like, take everything, and she's going to be new Galactus. Watch. Watch.
It would be, listen, it would be impressive to see her turn into a Celestial rather than just explode from, overpower absorption.
Well, she gets the power of a Herald, so she's a little more durable. She's able to, like, take an energy, and then she gets
true.
Galactus,
power upgrade.
Right?
Yeah, it's a Herald. She gets the, powers cosmic, and then from there. Possibly.
Yep. But I expect them all to be terrible, so.
Look at my big stupid hat, Sugar.
I'm going to eat your planet, Sugar.
Don't you stare at my ass when I eat your planet.
Oh, man.
Planets go straight to your hips.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
I hope Gambit's in that issue. Like, that's my wife.
She turned into Borat.
Yeah, my wife, eat your planet.
So, all right. I think that's it.
No questions. No, just corrections.
Yeah, that was it. Nothing.
Actually, it broke out the Book of Wizardry. Is that just you being prepared?
Yeah, we're not going to do that today. We rolled into questions, so we didn't need to pad for time with silly Marvel questions.
The way it was just randomly going off before we started, I thought it wasn't going to give us a choice. It
just start doing it. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't fucking touch it.
Would you like to play a game?
But we're a little past 50 minutes at this point, so I don't think we need to do that.
Oh yeah, they've listened to us enough.
Sure has. So next week we're going to be reviewing Black Sad, which is an indie book that was recommended to us by two of our listeners, James and Jack, and I very much appreciate that. And if you would like to recommend stuff to us, like things for us to talk about, books for us to read and review, you could do that at thecomiccryptcast@gmail.com.
This means you, J Money. Where you at if you're still listening? You had like 3 questions for me at the last roller derby game. You didn't write them in.
Yep,
I don't even remember what they were.
I don't know who you are, but Brian talks about you a lot. And yeah, send those questions in. We need them. Help us,
My
please.
roller derby buddy.
You could also follow the store on Instagram and Facebook. Links will be in the show notes. We post up like what's new for the week, cool new merchandise, that sort of thing. If we're running a sale, you'll find out there. I think that's it.
That's it. You know what time it is.
What time is it?
Time to go read your books.
Oh shit.
We loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like comics. The hardcore get it while the soft bitches vomit. I came to this earth on a radiated comet. Now the planet is in perilous danger because I'm on it. Fly super villain with the superpowers in me. Got the red issues and all my shit is minty. Body like Ben Grimm, suckers I be beating down. Look around and we be found chilling out in Eatontown. I be at the comic crypt stacking up the kryptonite. Doomsday and Superman every time I grip the mic. Dark Phoenix overloading, supernova sunspot exploding. I'm the Punisher reloading Bobby Drake when he's frozen. Storm forming ominous clouds over the ocean. Working with Professor X to master my emotion. Have you posing in the box whether you know it or not. I'll easily bag your bitch like Logan did to Scott. Mr. Sinister plots when I administer shots to clone Gene from a jeans. Then this shit'll get hot like Inferno. Burn slow, humans are ash. God loves man kills in the days of future past. Now I'm working on a science lesson. Me and Brian Stratton, a rat in a cage who can't stop buying X-Men.
Like a flower that blooms in the spring. You were beauty